greatest assets of the INNO Industry project has been the exchange of ideas and points of view to address the digitalization challenges of each of the participating regions. By sharing and exchanging over 30 best practices from all around Europe, partners and their stakeholders have used them as a source of inspiration for new solutions for regional policies. In 2022, the 10 action plans developed by each partner have been implemented to apply the lessons learned and the exchange of experience from the interregional cooperation. The ultimate goal was to influence and improve policy instruments in Slovenia, Austria, Latvia, Spain, Portugal, Sweden, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania and the United Kingdom. So now, after 2.5 intense years of work, we asked the partners to tell us about the lessons learned thanks to the INNO Industry project. What have been the benefits of the INNO Industry project?
So we learned a lot about digitalization, about Industry 4.0, and of course, from our point of view, a lot about project management. So it has been quite a challenge to manage 10 partners from 10 different states from all over Europe, but I believe the results are really good and we look forward to future cooperation.
The benefit for me personally, but also for the organization and the region is, I think, easy to answer. It's learning from others. What we, as Lower Austria, as a region, but also as EcoPlus, the Lower Austrian Business Agency, are aiming for in this Interreg project is to work on something that we need to do in the region anyways, but with input from others. And I think that's what really helps us, what is the main benefit for us in this kind of project.
As we all know, working in Interreg projects in general, it's like just a great opportunity to meet with like-minded people from all across Europe who are working on the same policy issues as you, so it's always great to see how other people are tackling the problems that you are facing on your daily tasks.
I think for our organization we were already very keen in pushing forward the digital agenda for our SMEs, and with this project we have been able to learn new initiatives and new strategies from other countries, from the 10 European countries that have participated. So I think that has been very beneficial for us, and it has allowed us to create new strategies for our own companies in the future.
The main benefits for our organization were sharing experience, learning from others, and interacting with people from different backgrounds.
Learning, getting to know the process, getting to know the people, getting to know the organizations, but also to get the policy part, to get the policy position within the region. So it's many different, really good examples, but yeah.
Actually, we as a Ministry of Economy, we were associated partner, and we took every output our Slovak partner gave us, and mainly it came out in redesigning the support scheme of clusters in the competence of Ministry of Economy. And we, together with our Slovak partner, we developed the evaluation system of clusters in Slovak conditions.
What we benefited the most from, even during these COVID times, was the influx of new ideas that we were able to channel in two directions with the ministry. So while our network grew with the partnership happily, it was also very much strengthened with our stakeholders as well.
We have strengthened our cooperation to the Ministry of Economy, so because we depend on the policy of the Ministry of Economy as a cluster association in the benefit of our clusters, so we were able to increase the level of trust among us, so between us and the Ministry of Economy, so we have established us more in their eyes and as a trustable partners.
I think the INNO Industry project has helped us raise the profile of digital skills within our county. It's helped us facilitate a dialogue between public and private sector on the subject of innovation and digital technology, and it's allowed us to raise the profile with government itself in terms of this as a priority need for the region.
What lessons have you learned from the INNO Industry project, and what positive experience will you take away from it?
So the biggest positive experience is making new connections and collaborating, and of course managing this consortium, but also experience regarding the Interreg Europe, so reporting, collaborating, and I believe we have to nurture these connections we have established, and of course all the good practices we learned from each other, and we should use them to our advantage.
Well, we started with the challenge to further motivate SMEs, especially from traditional industries, to make use of digital transformation, to get solutions for their challenges in the sector. Traditional industries such as the construction industry. And we did work with that already, but with the help of INNO Industry, we learned about a new tool called Kickstart Digitalization. Fantastic tool to engage people, to motivate them, and to give them new ideas, to inspire them.
I think the main lesson from the INNO Industry project is when in doubt, speak it out or talk it out, because sometimes when you work on a specific issue or policy issue that you have and you don't know which way you should go and you think you're alone in the problem, you just can reach out to your project partners, and there's definitely someone who has had the opportunity to work out this issue already, so you can learn from their experience. And so it's when you think that you are alone in a situation, you can always reach out to your partners and learn from them.
I think the main positive experience and what has been able to bring the project forward has been the cooperation and the collaboration. It hasn't been easy. This has been a COVID project. We started in the summer of 2019 and then COVID hit. But we have found ways to keep collaborating and cooperating and learning from each other. And I think that has, in the end, that has resulted in a very successful and very good project for all of us. Because for the 30 best practices that were identified, we have all been able to learn a lot and plan our newest strategies for the future as well.
The main lessons learned resulted from the discussions and contributions generated in the stakeholders meeting. Learning from good practice developed from other European regions, as well as to get to know better the main challenge, needs and opportunities of SMEs regarding digital transformation.
First of all, cooperation, very, very important part. Getting to know other parts within Europe and getting other paths taken within the project to actually creating new projects and so on, but also really getting stuff done within policy, but also within in other areas.
I especially like the study visit in Fundão in Portugal, and I especially like the involving the regional players into the cluster ecosystem development. So the regional involvement is what I like.
It's the elephant in the room. COVID has taught us to live together completely new ways and dig for ideas and find empathy in completely new ways. What else we've learned is that once again we've managed to find new inroads to new ministries. We find better ways to propagate the ideas and sell the ideas from all across Europe towards the stakeholders, towards the policymakers.
So in the National Strategy of Competitiveness, we have been very inspired by the Latvian example of the policy hackathons of the Ministry of Economy, and this is very innovative approach, that you take a hackathon, which everybody knows what it is, it's IT for non-IT, that you take it to the development of policy instruments, and this is what we now try also to apply at national level.
It was great sharing experiences with 10 partners from across Europe. I think we learned that all the projects are facing similar challenges and similar issues, but we're all at slightly different stages in our journey. It was great to share the best practices with the partners. We particularly enjoyed and learnt from the Austrian House of Digitalization best practice.
What actions do you expect to carry out in the future as a result of the INNO Industry project?
We really hope that we will continue to nurture these connections we made, so maybe for some future projects, and of course bringing the action plan to realization and making some changes in the Industry 4.0, and of course make an easier transition towards the Industry 4.0 and digitalization for all actors involved.
Yeah, I mentioned Kickstart Digitalization already, and we're very proud that it was not only tested within the green building cluster with very positive results. The companies loved it, actually. But with the help of the regional government, this new tool is actually being rolled out to the whole region. We found another intermediary in our region, TIP, Technology and Innovation Partners, offering services to SMEs all over the region, all sectors, and they are now carrying forward this tool. They are providing this service, these workshops to inspire companies for digital transformation.
Within the project, we developed our national strategy for digitalization of businesses, and that is something that we continue working on already now, and we definitely gonna work it through. And we also had a chance to learn from our project partners on developing European digital innovation hubs, and learn from their experience on how they develop digital innovation hubs in their country. So we had a great chance to learn from their best practice, and we're going to apply that when we are working now on implementing European digital innovation hubs in Latvia. So that's something that's we're gonna continue working on.
Well, in our case, our action plan, we were inspired in two best practices from Sweden and Portugal. We were able to visit one of those best practices in Fundão in Portugal last year in November 2021. And it was actually very interesting to see what they were doing there and how that could be translated into our own scope of action and our SMEs. And I think the actions that we are going to be carrying out in the future is to make that action plan come to fruition and to be able to keep helping our companies in their digitalization process so that they can be a part of Industry 4.0 as well.
The main challenge we carry out as a result of the project was the agrotech challenge that was inspired in the good practice ex-industry hackathons shared by the project partner from Latvia. This initiative was a success thanks to the collaboration and commitment of some of our stakeholders. It was a great opportunity to develop and bring new technology and creative solutions in the agrotech sector in our region regarding digital transformation.
Yeah, first of all, new Interreg Europe projects. Going for one right now, 5 days still to go. Working with the region right now. That is one part, of course, but also being part of the regional system, which has this Interreg Europe project has given us a position within the regional system. So taking that path on.
Yeah, we definitely see clusters and kind of this consortia as a legitimate player in policy making, some intermediate bodies of our ministry in gathering information and also in providing some services.
One that I can definitely offer is our study of the different voucher schemes across Europe and trying to find a way to build something specifically tailored for the Hungarian clusters in order to elevate them to their role of innovation driver, in order to make them the flagships that they should be within their respective sectors.
So we have to go. If you remember at the beginning, I mentioned these levels: international, national, and then towards members. We have to go now more towards the SMEs, so the members of our members, because they have to cope with the new situation. We talk about this green, digital and resilient transformation, and this is not something self-understood, and we have to support more the company. So we will go on towards the company's level.
We're continuing to work closely with the Buckinghamshire Local Enterprise Partnership, who are responsible for creating the digital innovation strategy for the county. We're working with them on a regular basis, regular stakeholder meetings, regular workshops, regular sharings of best practice and project learnings. That's all being reflected in the digital innovation plan, which includes things like enhancement of digital skills and ideas to foster the development of clusters and innovation hubs, which are direct learnings from the project.